Many are very happy to have John Locke and his realism serve as a knight in shining armor, and our knowledge being the damsel in distress. And it was such a view, some people think an obviously true view, that it's surprising to hear a philosopher say something as reasonable as that. And that all made sense. And it seemed like it would be a great explanation of what's going on, and it would be a great theory of perception and a good response to skepticism, until we came across this perceptual relativity argument. And this was the argument that pointed out a fundamental problem with Locke's epistemology, or a difficulty at a bare minimum. And you start by pointing out that the table, that is the table you're looking at, appears to have different properties under different perceptual conditions. Obvious, right? You look at the table from above, straight down, it's rectangular. You look at it at an angle, it's trapezoidal, let's say. I'm not quite sure what to call it, but we see, depending on the angle you're looking at it, the color changes depending on where you are looking at it. But the real table doesn't change depending on whether you're looking at it from that perspective or the other perspective. Your perspective from which you're looking at it does not change the real table. So the conclusion is that the real table isn't the one, that isn't the same thing as the table it's appearing to you. Well, if you follow Locke's empiricism, you get number 4, the fourth premise here. That is that the only way you know anything about the table is based on the way the table appears. Because that's exactly right. The way it appears is our experience. That's where the empiricism comes from. But from 3 and 4, we're led invariably to the conclusion that, therefore, From 3 and 4, we're led to the conclusion that we don't know anything about the properties of the real table. So maybe we know something, but we don't know what the real table is, because what we're seeing isn't the real table. And this is kind of a big problem for Locke's theory.